Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Hand of Fate. And on this one, we're going to continue where we left off. Now, it actually had been about a week, and when I first logged in here, he said something to the effect of, "It's been some time since you sat at my table. Let's begin again." So, I don't know if there's an internal clock in the game letting you know that you've been gone for a while, or if he says that every single time you load in. I'll have to let you guys know on the next episode, or the next time I load in if he says something like that. Uh, this is a game brought to you by Defiant Development. It's a really cool card game for those of you who are not familiar with it yet. It's almost kind of like a D&D experience of the old days where you'd sit down and play a card game or a board game with another player. He's basically the dungeon master, and I'm playing it by myself. I think this would be a really cool game, even better than it already is, if they could somehow integrate the multiplayer aspect into it, so I can sit down with like 2 or even maybe 3 other friends and do a dungeon through the computer. Even better if you could have webcam or Skype integrated into it so that you could see your friends' reactions when their characters gets destroyed, almost like a virtual or at least close to a virtual experience of that kind of board game experience. That's kind of what I feel when I'm playing this game. Is it's going in that direction, but it's not quite to the umpth degree that it could possibly get to. And maybe they're doing that to make it more accessible to other people who haven't played games like this. So let's go ahead and jump into the game.
Do you have what it takes to defeat the rats?
I think I do. I defeated all your other guys.
Make your choices.
So we're going to go back into story mode. And you'll see that we've already defeated a few other people here. We've defeated, let's see, Jack of Dust. We've defeated Jack of Skulls and the Queen of Dust. And that gave us this little goblet right here. In fact, I can click on it. And basically what it does is it upgrades. Stronger counterattacks. Your counterattacks do more damage. Increased stun. Your stunning attacks now render enemies dazed for longer. New starting gear. Your starting equipment has been upgraded. So no longer do we have to use... when you first start at the game, you usually start at the game with a couple pieces of equipment. Now our equipment's going to be a little bit better. So we don't have to have those pieces anymore, thankfully. Bandit strength increase. So with every positive, there's a negative. Where our stuff has increased, so has theirs. So it kind of negates one another, but at the same time, it's cool because now you get to use that equipment. And that equipment may have different effects, so you're still kind of winning out a little bit over them, but they are still getting stronger. Skeleton strength increased, and bandit throwing knives. Bandits now have throwing weapons, so that's kind of cool. So the next level that we're going to go with is going to be this one right here, the Jack of Plague. So twice the fail. The player loses 5 gold for every fail, and 10 gold for every huge fail chance card. Ugh, that's going to be pretty nasty. So 3 times the rat man hunting, and 3 times the angry mob. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that one.
The rats. They have swarmed up from the dark places beneath the realms of humanity and now squat amongst your cities and feast and shriek and hunt and writhe.
Almost like the almost like the plague, the Black Death. So yeah, we're gonna go with the deck builder. And would you like to use a recommended equipment and encounter deck? So yeah, we can do that. Your decks have been updated. So basically, you have 2 decks. For those aren't familiar with this game, you have your regular deck, which actually has the stuff for you. You can pick out the different weapons you get. These are the leftover pieces up here that they don't give you because you don't have space for it. And you can always click on it with the Y button and inspect. Damage is 23. One-handed swords are most commonly weapons employed by military forces across the realm. So those are kind of nice. And then of course you have medium armor. Medium defense provides good protection against physical harm with minimal restriction on movement. Whereas down here we have some really nice ones. 32 damage. The other sword we looked at was 23. So you can see this one's better. This one has less damage than the one we just looked at. Still more damage than the other one. But each hit slows the target with cold. So those are cool. I think this one is even better. Huge hammer. Oh, so I haven't even seen what this card does yet. It says new in the top corner. And until I actually find it in the game, we're not going to be able to see the stats. It just tells us it's a new card, so that's something to look forward to. We got the regular shield. You always want at least one shield in there. Armor of the Cold, which is new. Change of Rage. It's medium armor, so it's just as good as the other one, but it also adds strikes sustained from bows and wands have a chance to restore your cooldown, so that's kind of a little nice. Plus, we still have a medium armor in here. So yeah, pretty much everything that we want is in here. These are the items that we can get in the game to improve our own person. This one over here are the encounters. Basically, we're picking out the encounters we're going to find in our new game. We get to decide. So these are all new, so we can't see what they do. And these are actually locked. I wonder why these are locked. I guess these are for the mission that we're on. That's why we can't change those. The Helpful Priest, if you click on that, it will tell you you meet a wandering priest who greets you in a friendly manner. You can change this one out with one of these other ones. These are both brand new, so we don't know what they do. This one is a token. You get tokens for doing this one, and this is an encounter, basically. While crossing the ancient rope bridge of Dead Man's Gorge, you hear the sounds of movements from below. It's an ambush. And then, of course, there's a fight. Basically, what they're saying is an encounter, where you kill off, I think it's 3 or 4 guys, and you get a little bit of loot off of that, usually gold or something like that. These tokens, at the end of the match, if you win, you can turn the tokens in for more cards. So if you have this one on you, you can get more cards technically at the end of the match, which will give you more of a choice on what you want to do here. So let's see. I think I'm going to change the ambush because we've already seen it before. That's encounter as well, to Desert Storm because we haven't seen that one yet. Let's see, what other card can I get out of here? Dead King's Hall, which is cool. Devil's Choice. Maze of Traps. You know, the Maze of Traps one is cool. I do like that one, but I think I'm going to take that one out this turn and just see what the Devil's Wager is. Some of these cards may not be that great, but I don't know until I find them, so I kind of like to get them in here as soon as possible just to check them out for the first time. So let's go ahead and end it there. You can see the number of equipment and encounter slots goes up each and every match, so we definitely can have more cards in per fight. So now we're going to go ahead and actually enter the game. And I do apologize for those who are familiar with this game already for taking that much time to go over it, but not every viewer is coming to it, you know, at the same point. Some people were brand new to the game and just checking this video out for the first time. So
our Lord of Plague does like to rub your nose in misfortune.
And those are cards that he's bringing to the table to throw a little mix into it. So it's not just my deck. It's not like I'm building the deck that I prefer to play. He's playing it with me. He's throwing his own cards into it, his own little twist, and he'll also occasionally throw in an encounter if he feels you're doing too well than he'd prefer you to be doing. You know, he's trying to make you lose. That's his whole goal. He doesn't want you to win. So it is challenging. So as you can see in the bottom left corner, we have cards that say gold, food, and health. Health is, of course, you know, how many hit points we have. If we get down to 0, we lose. Food, we use every movement. So every time we move from one card to the next, we use 1 food. And gold we use to buy things with. We don't have any right now. And of course, this is our open slot. So where we have blessing and curses. So we actually have a curse on us right now. Twice the fail. And before, as I said, what it does is the player loses 5 gold for every fail and 10 gold for every huge fail. So that's going to come to haunt us pretty soon, I bet. We also have some light armor. That's pretty nice. And we have a weapon that does 25 damage, which is pretty nice. But we don't have any gloves, trinkets, artifacts. We do have a shield, which is actually really nice to start with. We normally didn't start with one of those. And we don't have any helmets, so we'll go ahead and end it there. And we're going to go ahead and move to the only spot we can. You see right here, I can highlight the cards. Go ahead and reveal it. Embertown Hero.
That may lead you down many paths towards jealously guarded secrets. Interesting.
Okay, let's check that out. You come across an injured adventurer. whose battered and blooded armor tells you he's seen combat recently. You can ask him about his troubles, or you can ignore him. So we're going to go ahead and ask him about his troubles. I've been chasing a pack of thieves that attacked my home village of Embertown. I killed some of them in an ambush, but I fear I lack the strength to chase the rest town. If you have any honor, you will find these jackals and make them pay. Let's see, what do we get here? Embertown Hero. It's also a new card. Okay, so it's right in front of us. It showed us where the card was. I can't move to it just yet because it's too far ahead of us, but you know, sometimes the design of the cards isn't as straightforward as this, where you can just go down the path. Sometimes it splits off into 2 or sometimes even 3 different directions. So now you would know where it's at. Oh, a helpful priest.
It amuses me to watch them theorize, to attempt to discern the very likeness of the gods down to their toes.
So that little thing floating in the air is a token again at the end of the match. Depending on how many tokens you have, you get more cards for them. You meet a wandering priest who greets you in a friendly manner. For a small share of your provisions, I will bless you in the name of the old gods. I need to take this guy out because I never do it, because food is really hard to come by. So I'm going to have to decline, because if you run out of food, that's pretty much the end of the game. You can't move anymore, you're out of food. So we're going to go ahead and decline. No? Well, I'm sure you won't need the help of the gods where you're going. Farewell. Well, you don't have to be a jerk about it. If I had more food to spare, I would, but you want half. I mean, if he was asking for something reasonable, like just like 2 or 3 food, I might do it. But you know, if you have 15 or 20 food, he wants half of it, regardless of how much you have. So it's too much. Embertown Hero.
Let's find out what type of character you really are.
You have caught up with the Embertown village raiders, who call out, "Stay your hand, adventurer, and we will share the spoils with you." So you can refuse to deal with the thieving scum, or you can accept it. I'm going to go ahead and refuse, which is probably going to start a fight. If you accept it, I don't know what they would do. This is a brand new card. We may have to try that one time. But you tell them to ask their gods for more mercy than you are about to show them. The dealer draws you 1 monster card. The monster card comes out of his deck, obviously. And that's 3 of Dust. Those guys are pretty easy to fight. Not too terribly difficult. But it has been about a week since I played the game, so I may be out of practice with fighting these guys. So we'll see how well we do. Now it's going to start the encounter. This is where it becomes a little different from most of the card-based games that you play, is that you literally get an encounter to fight. And all those weapons that I had on my inventory are now going onto my guy. And now you can see this is the way I look. So let's see. So if I hit the Y button when those little things are showing up above their head, I'll actually do a counter attack if I can get it off in time. No, not getting it off in time there. I'm actually doing pretty poorly here. Come on. There we go. Nice counter attack. Oh, in the gut. Oh, that's going to be a pretty horrible wound. A nice little giant axe in your gut. It's kind of cool, though. I do like the combat. I'm not really that great at it yet. Just you carefully turn out the thieves' pockets. The dealer draws you 3 gain cards. So I get 1 armory.
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
It's going to be random equipment that I'll get out of that. A shield. So I already have a shield.
Counter opponents if your timing is right.
So I need to take that out of the deck on the next turn, or on my next go around. So it's asking me if I want to equip it, and I'm going to say no because I already have one equipped.
Sure that's the right approach?
Good fortune gain, 25 gold. Okay, I can deal with that. We can use that to buy things with, and 3 food. Okay, that's good. Always good to have more food. So now I'm back up to 10. Afterwards, you return to the hero of Embertown of your success, and he gestures for you to come closer. In barely more than a whisper, he relates the location of an ancient treasure hidden in the valley of the Hill Giants. Then he dies. This card token is now yours.
Well done.
So that's cool. We got another card token, and maybe some good loot. Who knows? We won't figure it out until the end, though. This is going to be forced escape.
Roaming ever forward, hunting for the truth.
Okay, let's see what that does. Your path forward will take you into the forest. You have discovered the exit to this area. Take the forest path, turn back. Okay. You embark upon the next leg of your adventure. Now, normally these are like stairs or something like that.
Each of these cards is crafted from your memories and built from your experience. I created them, but only in the abstract. It is the importance you place on them that makes them real.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's go in the only spot we can right now. A traveling mage. So, these guys usually have some really, really good loot. In a shady grove off of the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant looking to trade with your wandering adventurers. Mages sell only specific items that they discover in faraway lands. Their prices can be high, but they also pay well for anything that catches their interest. So it doesn't hurt to approach the shop. You're already on the card. You don't lose food by going into it. Approach the shop. Greeting, wise traveler. I have much to offer you. And then it's actually going to load into it, which is kind of a cool little thing. Now, again, it did say that they were really expensive at the shop, and they are not joking. The prices here will be far higher than a regular shop will be, but you'll get more exotic items here. So if you have one or two cards that are, you know, the ones you're really looking for, chances are you're going to find it here. So let's go into the buy menu. Democles. During combat, press the right bumper to throw knives in 8 cardinal directions. That could be kind of interesting, but it's a little bit more than we have. We have 25, and this is going to be 39. You got the Hearn's Antlers, value 22. Lizardmen take double damage from the player's attack. This will come in handy, I'm sure, when we start fighting lizardmen. We haven't actually come across any just yet. These 2 cards are actually flipped over so we can't see them because this is the very first time we're coming across them in the game. And by coming across them just in here, we can actually see the stats, even if we don't buy them. From now on, we'll be able to tell what they are. So press right bumper to attack faster. With each successful strike, the longer your combo, the more explosive the reaction. Well, that's kind of cool. Alchemical Silver. So 39, we don't really quite have enough for that, unfortunately. And Dragon's Ring. While all dragon relics are equipped, receive 50% max health and full healing after each combat. Wow, that would be amazing. While all dragon relics are equipped. I wonder what it means by dragon relics. This is a ring. I don't know if it really qualifies as a relic. We can't buy it anyways, unfortunately. So we can go to sell items. And we actually have something we can sell. We do have a shield and a weapon. These are the ones we're using right now. Actually, this is the one we're using, and this is the one we're using. You can tell on the top left corner it's already selected. This one, however, is not one we're using, and we can get 4 gold for it. There's really no downside to selling it. You're going to win out in the end for having it. So instead of holding on to that cash, we may land on another area that has plenty of cash on it. What we're going to do is actually just buy some food, because you can never have enough food. It allows you to move around the map a lot more. So buy supplies for 6, 1 food for 6 gold. Man. You know what? I'm going to hold off, because I forgot that this place is really expensive. Usually that will only cost you 3 gold to buy a piece of food. Yeah, so we'll leave the shop. Hopefully I can find another shop. We do have another one in our deck, and we do have, I think, 1 or maybe even 2 more areas to go to. So now I could actually go right, or I could go up. And go ahead and think about what you would go ahead and do, guys. And then we'll see who is better off in which direction. I think I'm going to go right. And then I'll do all the cards on the map, but just so that you guys can see. Oh, the maiden. She's pretty nice. So let's see what we get from her. One day in a shady forest, you encounter an elf maiden. She stops to greet you. I am Mirth, of the forest folk. My people have long helped the mortals of this realm. What boon would you ask of me? Ask for longer life. If you do that, she'll give you, instead of having 100 out of 100, you'll have, I think it's like 115 out of 115. So it's a boost to your life, not just healing you, but in how much health you can possibly have. If you ask for supplies, she'll give you food, which is probably what I'll go for. If you ask for gold, she'll give you gold, so you can buy more things with. and then ask to be blessed. I don't think I've ever asked to be blessed, to be honest. But I need the supplies more than anything, so I'm going to ask for the supplies. And just, maybe on the next one I'll do a blessing just to see what that does. This bread will sustain you for many days. The dealer draws you 2 food gain cards. And that's random. See, that one has 3 on it. You can get one with 5, or you can get one with just 1. So, yeah, so we got 6 food out of it. That's not bad at all. The elders of our kind often say that we must retread paths we once took in order to gain an adventure on the present. Farewell, mortal. So she always leaves you with a little kind of tip about what your next experience should be, or what kind of how to guide you through the game. I haven't really found too many of them very useful, but it's kind of nice that she does that. So the Twisted Canyon. You see a weapon glinting in the sunlight, lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of the canyon. The walls of the canyon are covered in thick vines, perfect for climbing. So you can leave it, or you can climb down to retrieve the weapon. Now, this has a chance of failing, which means you have a chance of losing gold. So if you're worried about that, you can just leave it. But if you leave it, you don't get any of the rewards. So we're going to climb down to retrieve the weapon. And you see you have a 75% chance of getting this one right. So go ahead.
Choice. Select your desire.
Go ahead and pick out a card, guys, which you think is probably the right choice. And we'll see here in a second if you got it right. I'm thinking that the first one is probably going to be the negative one. So I'm going to go with number 2 or number 3. Kind of want to go with number 2, but I'll go with 3. Okay, I'm glad I didn't go with number 2. Climb down to retrieve the weapon. Very carefully, you make your way to the bottom of the canyon. You retrieve the weapon from the ancient corpse and draw 1 weapon card. Let's see. Well, I went through a lot of equipment on my card deck to get to this one. Huge hammer. As if you swing together consecutive attacks, you do greater increased damage. Press left bumper to unleash a forced explosion. And it's wholly to boot, so it does more damage to undead creatures. We're going to go ahead and actually say yes to equip that. The one we're wearing right now is an axe, and it does 25 damage, so yeah, we'll equip that. So now we're a little bit more powerful, guys. So if you had chosen to go up, you would have basically missed these 2 cards, and you would have had to waste 1 extra food or a couple extra food to go around in a circle to get back to this card once you were done. So thankfully we picked the right way.
1 more step down, and we may see the end of this, or another set of stairs.
Yeah, probably another set. So we're going to go ahead and take the stairs. Remember, if you look down in the bottom left, my health is actually going up. The more times you move, the more your life goes up. So if you get to a big hard enemy and you're not quite full in life, but you have extra food to spare, you can go back and forth across a couple cards to heal your guy up to full life before you take that guy on. So just keep that in mind.
What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
Not really. I've been talking this whole time, guy. So let's go ahead and check out the next card. Reveal it. Goblins. It's a new card. Being stout and meek, goblins know they cannot use strength or fear to survive. They rely on more mischievous methods. They steal from you when you're asleep and escape through magical portals. Scavengers of the earth tell tales of the hidden vaults that these goblins hide their ill-gotten loot in. These portals are made by dark magic, unkind to all but themselves. So I guess
this token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
Cool. One night you awaken to find your belongings being rifled through by goblins. As soon as they notice you stirring, they run away with your weapon. They have also stolen some of your food and gold. Oh, come on, you can't take my weapon. I just got that. You guys are punks. I'm totally gonna kill you for that. My bare hands, apparently. I didn't even get to use that weapon. Brand new this match too. Goblins times 2. So I lost 2 food and 2 gold on that one, just coming into this encounter. So I don't know if I get that back or what's gonna happen. Yeah, see, I have the axe equipped now. So yeah, they took my weapon. Bunch of punks. Die. You're gonna die, punk. So I killed the guy with my... No, I didn't. Die. This guy has my weapon. I definitely want that back. So you're dead. I don't know if I have a time limit on how long I have before they skedaddle with my loot. I'm just trying to kill them as fast as possible. No! He's left. Come back, punk. These guys are really easy, except worrying about if they leave early. There we go. So I got my food back, and I got most of my gold back. Not all of it, but most of it. But more importantly, I got my weapon, which is really what I was worried about. With the goblin threat dealt with, you continue on your way. This card token is now yours. Okay. Get some more cards at the end. So before we continue, I'm going to go back into my inventory and make sure my weapon is equipped. Yep, it's equipped now. And I'm full life, 40 gold, 12 food. Okay, that's good. Not the greatest, but it's good. So now I can go up or I can go right. So go ahead and decide, guys, what you think would be the best way to go. I'm kind of leading towards up on this one because I went right last time, but we're going to go ahead and check out right, I guess. Angry mob. This is a new one.
So quick to anger. That's what makes them a mob, really.
Right. Well, I thought the mob was just because you had so many of them. Let's see. As you approach the small town of Witchburn, yeah, that's a great name for a town. I'd love to move to that town. Yeah, I don't think so. An angry mob of peasants marches forth and confronts you. What a surprise. The rat man have eaten all our food. We're starving. We demand food. Give them half your food. I wouldn't even do that to the priest, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to give it to you guys who are demanding it. Give them nothing. Try to avoid the crowd. If I give them nothing, chances are it's going to start a fight. If I try to avoid the crowd, things may not work in my favor. I don't know. We'll try this one. We'll have to try all of them eventually, but let's try avoid the crowd. You turn about and head away from the crowd. Get him, somebody cries. And he's the first one who's going to get hit with my hammer. The guy with the big mouth is the first one you always hit. That usually silences the others. So let's do that. Okay, 2 and 2. So this is a 50% chance, guys. Go ahead and pick out the card that you think would be the right one. I'm actually leaning towards going with the first card. But, yeah, you just never know. I don't know if there's a trick to it or not, but can't quite tell other than to get unlucky on this one. That sucks. And I lose gold. 5 gold on that one. Run! The angry mob swarms around you. Their desperation for food overcomes their fear of your weapon long enough to get what they want. So they just stole a lot of my food. The dealer draws you 5 pain cards. Oh, great. Bad fortune, 1 equipment.
Sorry.
Suck. What did he steal? My shield or my weapon? 5 gold. 1 equipment, so that's my shield 2 and my weapon. 1 food. Almost should have just given him food. Lost 3 food. Ugh. Let's look at our equipment, what little left we have. So we have a shield. No, we don't have a shield. And we're not going to get another shield in this game because I sold the other one we had. We do still have our light armor. So now that I know that, I might actually hold on to some of our equipment so we can have something to lose. In the other matches, we never had anything that we could lose like that. So let's go ahead and go up. Not doing too well on this one. Asleep in the forest.
Roaming the darkness. With the struggles, the boundaries are weaker than they've ever been.
Okay.
There's a token in it for you if you win.
Yeah, try not to step on him when he's talking like that, but he just talks out of the blue. He doesn't give you any warning whatsoever. While sleeping in the forest, you are jolted awake by a voice calling your name. You see a vague human-shaped ghost rushing towards you. I'd be more concerned with the fact that they knew what my name was, not that they're a ghost. You are quick to your feet, weapon already in hand, what little weapon you have. The ghost stops abruptly, hands signaling that it means no harm. Its voice is weak and distant. You forget me already? Has this place already corrupted you so? Attack the ghost. Lower your weapon. Ugh, I'm gonna go with lower your weapon. I should not be here. I fear his servants already know where I am. For a brief moment, the ghost's pale eyes feel achingly familiar. Please come home soon. So I'm not sure what's going on there. You blink and the ghost is gone. At your feet is a bag of food. The dealer draws you one food gain card. This card token is now yours. So that might have something to do with like the overall story of why you're here playing cards. Maybe that's a... Wow, that's a lot of negative cards he had in there to get me one food card. It may have something to do with the fact that maybe you're dead and somebody is trying to reach to you, a family member or something like that, and they help you out every so often. I don't know. I don't know what the overall story yet of why you're here is. Forest
An
escape.
expedition. Press on.
So let's go through that. Your path forward will take you into the forest. Take the forest path. It's the only thing we can do. You embark upon your next leg of your adventure, and you can see how this game would really come to shine with other people.
Did you expect me to tell your fortune? No. A fortune teller is at their most base and despicable when they begin to believe their own lies. Of course, I am different. My powers are genuine.
Okay, of course they are. So let's go ahead. Treasure chest. We can deal with that.
Open the chest, see what it contains.
While exploring a dungeon. Sorry, you just don't know when he's going to stop. While exploring a dungeon, you see a treasure chest at the end of a hall. The chest may hold great wealth, but the chamber may be trapped. Approach the treasure chest. Ugh, 50% chance. Okay, we're going to take our chances, see what we can do. What do you guys think? What one would you pick? I'm going to go with number 2. I kind of want to go with number 1 again. I don't know. I'm going to go with number 2. Yes! Both of them are great. 1 or 2. The hall is silent as you move forward. You approach the treasure chest. What do I get? The treasure chest looks battered, but still intact. What treasure might it hold? I don't know. I'm kind of interested. Attempt to pry it open, leave it alone. Well, we didn't come this far, but attempt to pry it open means we could possibly fail and get nothing out of this. So let's see. 75% chance to get it right. It's no my luck, though. Come on. No whammies, no whammies. Big bucks, big bucks. Go with number 2. Yes. Punks. After a mighty heave, the lock gives way, and the spoils are yours. Don't think locks work that way, but I'm not going to argue with it on this one. The dealer draws you 4 gain cards. Oh yeah, 4 of them. So, Armory, draw 2, select 1 to keep. I can deal with that. So, I can do Frostfang or Desperate Measures. This one slows the enemies down. This one just knocks the crap out of them. I think I'm going to go with this one. 32.
I'm impressed. Few select these sorts of weapons because nobody ever anticipates being in peril. Such misplaced confidence is usually their downfall.
Yeah, this one's pretty nice because it inflicts more damage the lower the health of the wielder is. In fact, let me go back and select this one and see what he says about that. Nothing at all. Each hit slows the target with cold. Press the left bumper to shoot a cone of ice. You know, that one sounds really cool, but on the main combats, there's a lot of guys, and it's really hard to pull those moves off.
Prepare for bad times, savor the good.
He has something to say about this one every single time, because you do get more damage the lower your health is. So it's kind of like admitting that you suck. You know, that your life is going to go low, because that's when this one really shines. Although it does 32 damage period the whole time, so that one's still stronger than the other one, and has a greater reach. So yeah, I'm definitely going with that. And 15 gold. Okay. Can deal with that. 25 gold. Well, if we find some place to use it between here and the end. 30 gold. Okay, so we got 100 now. If you had enough food, you could technically go back 2 or 3 maps, or 2 or 3 card hands, and go back to the shop and buy stuff, but that'd be a lot of food to travel. Let's see, what do we got here? Devil's Carnival.
At its heart, these traveling shows are but mockeries of the true mysteries.
Let's see what this one has in
Win
store for
this
us.
and claim my token.
Nice. That will be our fourth one if we can get it. One day, just as dusk gathers, you reach a large country town hosting a traveling circus. Strange sights and strange smells comfort you. As you begin to wander between tents and stalls that were once brightly colored, but now are faded and stained with dust. Peasants and nobles alike wander the streets and alleys, past wonders and amusements, seeing almost dazed. There is something about this place that bulls. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I apologize. That bulls your senses, and for a while you forget your quest. Forget even the path that brought you to this place. So it's almost like they're trapping you into this place. Ugh. Huge success, huge failure. Oh man, this is 50% chance, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with number 1 or number 2. I kind of want to do number 2. Oh, well, at least I didn't go with number 1. That would have been a huge fail. A black cat darts out and weaves between your legs. Distracted, you take the wrong turn and wander down a darkened alley. The mysteries of the carnival await you. Oh, great. Another 50% chance. Okay, guys, go ahead and pick out what cards you think it's going to be. Go with number 3. Yes! Haha, punk. Genuine Unicorn Tonic can cure any injury, whether from sword or claw. A man calls, holding up a bottle. He suddenly slashes your arm with a knife, and as you open your mouth to protest, he flicks the bottle, splashing some of the tonic on you. You start to reach for your weapon, but then stop. The crowd leans in and watches as the wound in your arm closes before your very eyes. Made from genuine unicorns and 7 secret ingredients available here for only one night, the dealer draws you 1 health gain card. You gain 15 health.
If you gain health, then I work harder to take it.
Great. The crowd surges forward to buy this miracle potion, and you walk on smiling on ground up unicorn horn, elvish blood, ratman sweat, and several other pungent odors you can't identify. Yeah, this sounds kind of evil, you know? Ground unicorn? That's messed up. Sometime later, you find yourself standing on the edge of a forest. The sounds of the crowds behind you. Day is just drawing. But which day? Looking back, you see the ruined buildings of a country town long ago abandoned. So apparently, we didn't win that one. Yeah, we didn't get the token, and we probably wasted several days there before we actually found our way out. And we didn't help the villagers. They're still stuck in there, so that's probably what the angry mob.
Once the ratmen begin to creep towards the edge of the town, anger follows shortly behind.
This is not going to be good. Let's see. As the small town of Witchburn, an angry mob, yeah, they approach you. Give them half your food. I wonder what half my food is with 5 food. 2 or 3? Because if I give them 3, I guess I still have enough food to get to the end. Give them nothing. Try to avoid the crowd. I'm going to go ahead and give them food and see what happens. You offer to share half of your food with the peasants. They gather round to see your offering. This isn't even enough to feed the children. Someone cries. A fight breaks out amongst the peasants, and you leave the scene. So, yeah, they went in ahead against your favor. So, instead of 2, they went ahead and gave them 3, which isn't really half your food. It's more than half your food. And they're punks. Greedy punks, man. Traveling Tinker. So, this is great. We can buy some more food, maybe some better items, because there's no guarantee this is the last map, although chances are it probably is. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Approach the shop, you bet. Greetings, wise traveler. I have much to offer you. I don't know about wise traveler. Every single time, I mean, you know, you're going to get some stupid people in here, I'm sure. That's probably what you're hoping for as a salesman. Well, it's really dark over here. Let's see what you got for sale. So we're going to go ahead and look at buy items. And you can see there's 2 items that we know of and 2 items that are flipped over that we haven't seen before, so that's kind of cool. All weapon attacks are enhanced with a powerful poison that taints the victim's mind and body. I actually think we're going to get this one, because that's cool. Uh, Defense medium. Its chains of rage during combat. Strikes sustained from bows and wands have a chance to restore your cooldowns. I don't have any bows or wands just yet, so this is kind of worthless to me. Mercenary contract. Once per combat, press right bumper to activate an aura that makes every successful strike drop gold. If this was earlier in the game, definitely something to consider, because that would be pretty cool. Fortitude's Breath. Every third encounter does not consume food. Press B button to shield bash a target, stunning it. Every third encounter does not consume food. So I guess this would be something good to have early on in the game as well. Press the B button to shield bash. Well, I think we're going to go with this. We'll buy that, yeah.
Poison. It's the tool of the traitor. Artifacts provide powerful special abilities to use in combat, but it takes time to ready them.
Press B button to shield bash a target, stunning it. See, because the Y button, if you have a shield on, allows you to counter attack. This one's saying I can press the B button to actually bash them with my weapon. So I might, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I'll try that out and see if that's any good, because I do have the cash right now.
For the marathon, not the sprint.
And let's go ahead and exit out of here. And we'll go into buy food. And we'll use the rest of our money to buy the food, because we don't really need anything more than that. As you can see, 3 food for 11. The other one wanted to buy 1 food for 6. So yeah, it's a huge ripoff if you buy it from that lady.
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
So we'll buy 1, and we'll buy 1 more, because we were pretty low on food. So let's go ahead and end it here. We'll go into our inventory and put on our items if they haven't already been put on for us. Yeah, we already have desperate measures on. Let's see. All weapon attacks enhanced with powerful poison that taints the victim's mind, so that's on. Is our shield on? There we go. So actually we didn't have a shield. I completely forgot about that, so we definitely needed this anyways. So now we can do the Y and B button. Okay, and we could have used the armor as well, I guess, because it was medium armor, but didn't have enough cash for it anyway, so it's not a big loss. Yeah, leave the shop. This is going to be sweet. Hopefully we can use all this in our next battle. Hitch a ride. So I guess
the horse is a fine companion. I'm sure you'll leave this one in time. You do not seem to have the temperament for friends, even in the animal kingdom.
Okay. Well, I guess I were right to pick the food, because apparently this isn't the end of the map. We're going to another one. You found a friendly trader willing to let you ride on his wagon. You discover the exit to this area. Hitch a ride. You embark upon the next leg of your adventure. 1, 2,
Hush.
3, 4.
Can you hear the way his claws scratch the tiles?
So this one is going to be rough, because we only have 6 food and there's 7 cards on the table. So if we choose the wrong way, it ends up being at the very end of our journey. I don't know exactly what happens. I think that's just in game, because I haven't gotten to that point where I've run out of food. So let's go ahead and just go right. Ratman hunting.
Now you begin to trespass upon the Ratman's hunting grounds.
You stumble upon a Ratman hunting party. Prepare to defend yourself. The dealer draws you 1 monster card. 4 plague. So that one comes out of his deck, and that's going to be kind of rough. 4 guys, but we'll have to see how well our new items hold up. My weapon should do more damage with the poison already introduced. I'll have my shield back, and I'll actually be able to do a shield bump, so that's going to be kind of interesting to see what that looks like. Oh yeah, come get some. This is my boomstick.
Plague by name and plague by nature. The rats leave behind a deadly toxin.
Okay, so let's try our artifact and see what that does. No, you guys suck. Oh, they're fighting me right here where there's some sort of trap. He was shooting off little arrows. Oh, there's another arrow. No. Die, punk. Oh, man, I'm taking a lot of damage on this one. There we go. Die. Ooh, right in the freaking back. That's pretty massive. Yeah, I'm not doing too hot on the combat this turn. Last game I was doing a lot better, but I guess it's because I took a week off. So the dealer draws you 1 food gain card. Okay. Nice. So now I have enough to get around. Whew. Thank you. Could use that. Now to heal up again by moving my turn. You can say I get 5 every turn. Devil's Choice.
Though I admire his ilk, I live by very different rules.
Okay. Let's see what this has. A cloaked devil appears in your path. I'm here to test your strength, so-called hero. Choose your foe. Okay. I can go with 2 of skulls or 3 of dust. Huh. The dust guys are actually easier than the skulls. I'm going to go with 3 of dust rather than 2 of skulls. There's more of them, but they're easier. You're no mighty hero. I will let you live with your choice. I don't think there's any right answer to that one, to be honest. I've done the harder cards when I've had full health. I've done the easier cards when I haven't. And he pretty much says the exact same thing every single time. So you're better off just going with whatever you feel like fighting if you have equipment designed for one over the other. Die, punk. Nice. Oh yeah. That's how you set off your little counterattacks. Boom, baby. Ah, yeah. Flawless victory. Boom. In your face, man. That has to hurt. Look at that hammer. That hammer with the little spikes coming off of it, hitting you in the face. That's going to do some serious damage. Excellent, the devil cries. You have passed my cunning test. Have some treasure. Perhaps next time our paths cross, I will kill you myself. The dealer draws you 3 gain cards. Now we're finally getting some good stuff. Equipment. What are we going to get? Explorer's helmet. We don't have a helmet.
Tells you how to move quickly, but tempts you to take your time.
Reveals stare encounter upon entering a level, and grants a gold bonus for revealing every encounter on a level. So just like he says, it shows you the exit, but then gives you a bonus gold if you reveal everything on that level. So let's see. 10 food. Okay, now we have more than enough food. And 15 health, which is probably going to be my downside because I just jinxed myself with the food. Our next card is probably going to be, give me 90% of your food, and I won't give you anything in return. So there's the helmet automatically put on us, and you can see the looks. My guy's really starting to outfit himself. He's actually starting to look pretty cool, pretty decked out. So let's go up. Call for the priest. I wonder what that does. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Priests have some skill in tending wounds, but they excel at removing curses for a price, of course. So let's see. We can approach the shop. Greetings, wise traveler. I have much to offer you. I kind of wish they would change that depending on who you were talking to. And we don't have any gold, so I'm not sure what we hope to gain here. But it's kind of interesting. She might be able to remove the curse we have if we had enough gold. Let's see. We can buy blessings, we can heal wounds, remove curses, sell items. So let's see if we can remove any curses. Twice the fail would cost us 120 gold to remove. The player loses, yeah. So that actually is kind of a cool little illusion in the ball. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. What about buy blessings? What blessings do we have that we can buy? Wrath of the Old Gods. 100 gold. At the beginning of every battle, the Old Gods throw down thunder upon one of your enemies. That's kind of nice. Arcane Knowledge, 60 gold. Whenever the player uses an artifact, there is a 30% chance of immediately reducing its cooldown time by 80%. That's pretty cool too. Any kill made using an axe grants the player 3 health. Headman's Blessing. And High Constitution, whenever the player eats food, they gain twice the usual healing. That would be cool for these harder missions. I do like the illusions on these. They change. No, they don't. I guess the crystal ball just has that little glowing angel in there. And that's pretty much all we're going to do here. I'm going to check to see how much the food is. 1 food for 4 gold, 3 food for 11, and 5 food for 18. So she has more food for sale than the other guys. But yeah, we don't have enough to buy any of it. Let's see, heal wounds, how much would she charge us? 10 health is 8 gold, and 15 health is 10 gold. So yeah, unfortunately we can't do anything. Are you sure you want to leave the shop? Unfortunately, we have to. But it would have been nice to have a little bit more gold to play around with. But it goes so quickly in this game. When you finally get to a shop, you just buy everything you possibly can. Because there's no guarantee you'll get to another one. Jack of Plague.
He awaits plague and pestilence and blood and teeth.
Faster and stronger than normal Ratman, this beast inspires all vermin around him to strike faster, the more damage he sustains. So he definitely wants to be the last one we kill, because he will make everybody else stronger. Here is the beast who hates your kind and has grown fat and evil with the hatred. The Jack of Plague will kill you and suck the marrow from your bones.
A
Yeah.
challenge for you, and a token if you succeed.
Wow, 2 more tokens. So we'll have a total of 5 on this one. Kind of wish I could see what the other 3 cards were. But I guess we have to go into combat. We're at 92 out of 100, so we're not quite as high on my health as I would prefer. I would prefer to go into it at full health, but 4 of Plague. Is that it? There he is right there, Jack of Plague. Wow, he's pretty cool looking. Yeah, we're gonna go after his little minions first. Come get some. Oh, wow. Nice. Make sure I put on my little effects so that they are getting poisoned. Die. Okay, so you're dead. Oh, I'm getting hit pretty hard over here. Nice. You're falling off the cliff. No. Come on, let me out of here. Come on. Just sitting there taking hits because he was blocking my path. He wouldn't let me attack, wouldn't let me move. Come on, get out of here. I don't know what that he builds up. He sits there for a short amount of time and then he builds up this huge attack that can't be blocked. Die. Nice. You are gone, baby. Let's see, Jack of Plagues. That's the main card. His card.
The queens and kings of the rat kind have lost a child here today.
You bet they have. Nice. So I get
Your
2 more.
prize. For slaughter, your reward.
Let's see, what do we get? For defeating the bandits who looted Embertown, you receive the Ring of Justice and the Warning Signs. So one of them is a piece of armor that we can equip, and one of them is an encounter that we can add to the next mission. Let's see, for encountering the goblins, you receive a piece of armor, time heals. That's pretty nice. And what else do we get? Goblins. Sorry, guys. And what is this one? For showing the ghost you are merciful, you receive a sleep at the inn. So that kind of sounds like maybe you can stop there for the night and then rest up. We'll have to check that one out for sure. As a reward for defeating the Ratman Jack, you receive new cards. So 2 weapon items and 3 encounters. Berserker armor and Scorching Zeal. That one looks pretty cool. Let's see, calling the Ratman, I should say. King of Dust and Old Graveyard. So that'd be interesting. Check those out. And what is this one for? For defeating Ratman Jack, I will give you a new challenge, Ratman Hunting. You got another hunting one, another hunting one, and the Mage Tower. So, I'm not quite sure what the Mage Tower does. Unfortunately, we didn't get to those last 3 cards.
Play. I do not want to just sit here.
You're right.
Look at the cards you have earned. Now we have enough to begin a real game.
I thought we already were playing real games, but okay. Again, guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, subscribe, definitely helps grow my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you have any comments below, tips and tricks or things that you would prefer me to try out, different card sets or types, makeup, things of that sort, more than welcome to leave that down below. And if you want to make sure that I stop clearing my throat in your ear, let me know. I do apologize for that, guys. There's not much I can do about it, but I do want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode.